Good morning, family. Happy Saturday. I just left from dealership getting an oil change or whatever. And I like that time because I actually like it. I put in my earphones or whatever, and I'm not listening to anything. It's just to block out the sound, because while I'm reading, like the smallest sound, I'm distracted, and I lose focus, right? Just taking notes on this studying I've been doing, that I think I shared with you guys about. It's James 1 verses 2 through 4. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when we face trials of many kinds, knowing that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so you may be complete. Mature and complete, not lacking anything. Because the next series is going to be on that. Because a lot of us we view trials as a negative thing. Although trials, it has like negative is included in that, but it's the negative that's happening. It's the negative event that's happening that we view negative, and we perceive it to be negative, and we have a negative perspective on that. And that's not how it's supposed to be, because with us like looking at it as being negative, we don't pull from those events, the trials, as we ought to. We look at it like I don't know how you look at it, but as speaking, kind of like vague to it. It's like excuse me, we are opposed to trials, and I'm learning that trials is actually beneficial to us. So to fast forward, just riding, having a conversation with the man up above, and it's all about character development. A lot of us, well, probably all of us, we have character flaws, some more than others, and those trials is to make us mature. Like it's basically God is doing character development within us. And I was just doing some thinking, and while kind of like listening to him or whatever on character development, and my character specifically, it's how we respond to things, how we react to things. Like it's a reflection of our character. It really is. And I'm like, man, it's gonna be a long process. Like in the moment, it's discouraging. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about the whole process. From a standpoint of my flaws, right? All the things that need to be changed, and what I'm saying, like the effects of my character, my actions, and everything, like over the years, how it has affected others. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of work. And he just like, it's a process. It's the renewing of the mind. It's not overnight. Like, it's a process. You must go through this process. And so with the trials, it does something within us, of course. But if we're not pulling from it as we ought to, then it's like a useless trial. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna go through it again. Probably the same thing. Maybe a different storm, but it's it's attacking the same flaw that God is trying to change, that's within our character, because we keep failing. So he's going to give us a retest until we get it. It does something within us. Like, it breaks us at times. It's just chipping off the block. You know what I'm saying? Chipping off the ice. That solid ice that's been building now. It's an iceberg. It just keep chipping away at it. So why did I park on this side? I'm not even going in on the side. He's going to give us a retest until we get it. So if we pull from it, because the verse after that speaks about, if a man lacks wisdom, he shall ask God, who generously gives, that wisdom. All right. And so with that wisdom, that helps our perspective. Make sense? It helps our perspective, and which further helps us persevere. Right? So it's doing something within us, but he just told me, like, you have to put in the work too. Like, it's doing something within us, like automatically. All right, that's what it's designed to do, right? That's just how he worked, the working, behind the scenes. But like, we have to make this. You have to make the decision to do what you're supposed to do the right thing or whatever. And what you have, but that's not enough. Like, you have to practice this over and over and over again. And I'm like, but I keep failing at it. It's the process. Just keep working at it. It's not going to be overnight. Just keep working at it. Because what I'm doing inside of you, like, so don't be hard on yourself. No, be hard on yourself as in thriving to be better, to do better. I'm like, because like, all this stuff that I'm writing down, or all the stuff that you have me writing down and you showing me, obviously I know. They say if you know better, you do better. And he was like, that's true, but you have to do better. So it's like, yeah, I'm doing it, but you have to do your part too. You have to fight against who you've been all these years. You have to fight against who you've been all these years. Like, all these years. And it's not an overnight process. So I just want to encourage you guys, like, be hard on yourself as in thriving to do better and be better, but don't be hard on yourself where from a negative space, like looking at it like you'll never change, or I'm over this, or whatever, something negative. Like, just encourage yourself, like, you messed up, like, dude, you got to do better. Like, I mean, you say, like, you give all these people this advice, you seem to have the answers, but you can't figure it out for yourself. Like push yourself to do better. Push yourself much harder, but not in the negative. If you have to use, view the negative and the outcome of it, cool. But don't use that to drain you. All right. So I just want to encourage you like that. It's not an overnight process. It's a process. Nothing is overnight. All right. So just keep trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you still don't understand why, like, go to God, who generously gives the wisdom. You ask for it. All right. And he'll generously give. But it's like responding to what you already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my issue. Like, okay, do X, Y, and Z. Just like this. Either I do it, do it, or not all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I'm expecting these results. It doesn't work that way. Like, if I ask God for wisdom, okay, he give me a layout starting here. This is what I want you to do. This is how I want you to do it. Like, okay, when you want me to start yesterday. Like, start right now, right? So, okay, cool. I'll start here. I start working at it. Somewhere in the game, I get distracted. Somewhere in the game, I get tired, lazy, or, the enemy, like, apply pressure on me mentally, where it's like all of a sudden I'm exhausted, I'm mentally done. Like, just all of a sudden I was just full of energy when I was doing things that wasn't constructive, doing things that was outside of what he instructed me. All of a sudden I'm tired, and I play into that, and I fall back. Well, I get to it later, procrastinate. It's a series of things, and now I'm like, weeks later, like, nothing has really changed. Look at your work ethic. You put in work. Look at your work ethic. You go to work every single day, Monday through Friday, that is. You go to work, give your employer your all, which you are supposed to. I have given you a schedule from time you wake up to the time that your family wake up, and you get everything situated and ready and go to work. All right? I gave you a schedule. It's just simple as that. But I tell you, get up at 3, like, somehow you can't. It's impossible, because you looking at the hours before you go sleep. Man, I only have like 4 hours, and you're setting yourself up, because I told you, don't worry about the hours. Like, come to me, all who are weary. Right? So I give you rest. I give you the strength. I give you the energy. I provide you with all you need. All you have to do is just do it. But alarm clock go off, you snooze it. Alarm clock go off again, you snooze it. And before you know it, like, you getting up at 4:30, 4:45 about to get in the shower. Okay, what about prayer time? What about like, conversation with me? Because remember, I told you, the first part of your day starts with our relationship. Investing in building our relationship. All right? And then we do that, then on to the next course of business. Okay, this is what I want you to focus on today. If I'm going to give you a message, okay, because you started your the day off in prayer, in the word, so whenever you give your message, it'll be you'll have a reference point. All right. So people they'll receive the message, but they'll get it from me wholeheartedly, like overall. Like just off meditating on what I gave you from what you read, you can apply your message to that. That way, it would be me speaking through you fully. All right. But now you getting up at 4:45, 5 o'clock. Now you get in the shower running late. Like, you don't really have time. Like, but the thing is, if you go to sleep late and you have to be at work in 3 hours, right? You wake up, you get to it. Like, you laying in the bed like, dang, now I have to get up because I don't want to be late for work. Energy or not, your job don't provide you energy. It don't provide you the strength. If anything, it takes from you, right? Mentally, physically, at times emotionally, like, it drains you. But you make sure that you are on time for work. Remember the not only the schedule, but you remember the system that you have when you go to work. The very first thing on the list of your system is make it to work on time, every time, in whatever weather. But you're not making appearing to our meeting on time. And sometimes you don't even go because you're tired. Like, so we talking work ethic now. Like, you don't understand, I'm preparing you for something greater. If you're not disciplined, How can you manage what I'm trying to give you? What I'm trying to give you ownership to manage under me. How are you going to carry out the mission if you can't follow simple directions or instructions, carry it out and execute? How can I bless you with much if you're not managing here and now well? All right, so it's a process. All right, but we have to be willing to do what it takes. All right, we say we want it bad. We can want it bad, but we might not want to put in the work. So all in all, like, really, do you want it bad? Like, it's just a feel good or I want it bad. But when a lot of us not willing to do what it takes to make it happen. How many more people do you have to hurt before you like, I need to get myself together? I need some character development. Like, I need to spend more time with God, because a lot of times like we spend a lot of time with God, but when we leave from the word, when we leave from prayer, when we leave from his presence, he's still there. We never invited him to roll with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever we meditated on, read or whatever, we leave it in the book. When we close the book, that's where everything is left at. And what the instruction he has given us to apply and carry out, we don't do it. And we wonder why we still making the same decisions, doing the same things, acting and reacting the same way when things happen or things are uncomfortable, things that we don't like. Is because what I gave you what's happening in you is automatic, but you have to take these instructions, you have to take these directions, you have to take this with you and apply it, practice it over and over and over, like it's muscle memory. And then before you know it, you like that part of your character, that flaw has been polished real good and nice by his hands. But you have to be willing to do the work. So that was just a reflection of me, like, and I kind of like went on a little further or whatever. I wanted to keep this under 10 minutes, but as you see, it's like almost 18. But this is just on character development, like, really, and how bad we really want it. And if we really want it bad, like, we need to do what it takes, because when it come down to trials, it is to break us. It is to make us trust him more. And it's to do a wide range of things. And it will do, like, if we persevere through it, it will when it finish its work, like, we will be mature spiritually. We will be complete, like, lacking nothing. Like, we'll be like the opposite of like lacking or whatever. It's like I put in fullness. It's like fullness of Christ, all right? And that's his characteristics and a lot of other things, right? That's tied up in one. But if we not doing our part, is what he's telling me, you're not doing your part, how can you expect this to work? All right? A lot of us need character development. Like, no, we all need character development throughout our lifetime. But we have to like really look in the mirror and like accept who we are for, as our struggles and all, embrace it, accept it, embrace it, wear it, because like this is a part of me, right? But I'm not embracing it like accept me for who I am, like, what I'm saying, like I ain't changing, like I've been like this my whole life. No, it's all about accepting it, embracing it, wearing it, and it's like, okay, now this is the process, what it takes to start making a change, because we hide our struggles, we hide our flaws, like we do all these different things, and we cover them up, we disguise it, but we never get to the root of it. You know what I'm saying? We wonder why we live our lives with these struggles and with all these flaws and different stuff like that, because we're not attacking the root, and it affects everyone underneath us, generationally alone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, stop trying to hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to hide it. Wear it, all right? Wear it. But understand I'm wearing it because, like, I understand I want this struggle, this need to be, like, this flaw, I need this out of me. I need to be changed. But we can't change something if we don't know it's there. We can't change it if we don't know what it looked like. We can't change it if we don't know what triggers it. We can't do any of that. All right. So now it's all about accepting it, embracing it, wearing it, and doing what it takes to make it change. How bad do we really want it? Let's step into this character development, embrace what God is doing within us. Like, these trials, it's for a reason. Accept it. Hey, it's to make us better. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. I need to call my wife back. All right. Peace.